If we wanted to ensure my ad agency is providing me the best service, what would I look for? I mean, one of the things is, and I probably hesitate to say this as an ad agency, but I know clients have done this, is just kind of take a look. We offer free ad audits. Yeah, you're going to have to hop on a call with us before, but if you wanted someone to take a look at on the account, we had clients just do periodic checks of us. Now, full caveat, of course, anyone who's giving you a free audit is probably trying to look to turn you onto the service. So you definitely want to make sure it's somebody you trust, who you know is not going to like badmouth your previous agency. But really what I would take a look at is transparency and how will you feel that they understand your goals, and then just KPIs, right? So what does the potential sales growth look like in my account? The standard KPIs would be, of course, the ACOS, total ACOS, and another one that we call ad sale percentage, which is your ad sales divided by your total sales. It just essentially says like, hey, what percentage of my total sales is coming from ads, right? So it's really saying like how happy are you with your KPIs? But beyond that, I would say, how well is your agency able to shift based on your particular goals is very, very telling. And how open are they to having a good back and forth dialogue on what it is you're looking to do in the account? Example, right? So we'll have clients that particular goals based on the product line. So I would say that your general overall metric would probably be like account level, right? Like, is my account level totally cost great? Is my overall cost great? How are my sales trending in terms of like the total? But the other thing that you like, more advanced agencies, or I would consider maybe like better agencies, they're looking at things on a per listing and potentially like per child ASIN and per parent ASIN level. So instead of saying like, oh, total cost for the entire account is, I don't know, like 10%, right? Do we have particular product lines we can improve on? Is there anything else that we can be focused on? Or, if you were to grow my account, where would you focus? So that would be something, because what you really want to be able to get down to, and this requires you to kind of understand your catalog, which I'm assuming you do. If you're, really getting into your catalog, you probably say, okay, I know this product line is very strong. I would like to grow this product line. I have these product lines that I'm not really sure what to do with. They've never really been top sellers for me, but I'm not really sure, like, should I continue them? Should we push them? I really need to do so something different. So honestly, in a really well-run ad account, your ad strategy should differ by individual product line. And so how well can your agency shift in that? Now, how well they're able to manage something like that is actually going to be dependent on how good your the ad structure is, meaning how they structured the campaigns well, have they structured essentially have they structured the campaigns well? Are they mixing in a bunch of products that are across several different listings into one campaign? Or are they intentionally building out campaigns for each individual parent ASIN or listing? Or are they building out campaigns with single products in them? If an agency is simply dumping all of your product lines into a single campaign, and if they are hesitant to build out multiple campaigns because that complicates to be perfectly frank, like the more campaigns, right, the more things you have to optimize. So there are a lot of brands, if they're self-run, they'll intentionally limit the amount of campaigns that are being run. The only reason to do that is for simplicity and ease of management, but that's not how you're going to get the best performance. We've come into accounts where there's thousands of SKUs, and we've gotten questions from brand owners, and they've been like, hey, are you gonna like simplify this? I'm like, no, we're building more. We need to build more. We need to get more intentional and more strategic with your ad structure. So I would just, as long as they're being open and transparent with their strategy, if they're being proactive or coming up with ideas for strategy. So, for example, we had a call with a client and he was like, hey, for this particular product line, I would really like to grow it. And we're hitting KPIs with it, right? Total cost is great, but we're right at our KPIs. And our ACOS is great. It's like 20%, but it's right at the KPIs. And he's like, hey, how can we grow more? And we're like, well, as long as we're still hitting profitability goals, are you okay with giving us some wiggle room on the total A costs? Because that's going to allow us to be able to grow the account more, because we're going to be able to get a little bit more aggressive with certain targets. But of course, we'll still, work to maintain the same profitability levels. So that was kind of like, hey, like we feel like there's this possibility. We need this wiggle room from you. Is that something you're comfortable with? Yes. The answer could have been no. And then it's like, all right, we'll see what we can do with the current structure. But we probably won't be able to get as aggressive as you want. Are you able to have those types of conversations with your agency? So I mean, if you're the best service is a little bit best service can be different to everyone. But I would just say it really comes back to goals and are they understanding? One thing that we find, I have a whole video of like there's two opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of, are we focused specifically on sales growth, or are we focus more on profitability? And to be honest, those goals can vary based on the different product lines. That's why it's so important, again, have that good structure and be able to say, okay, we can do this with the ads and we can do that with this product line. Again, because we have the structure that can support that. That's why I was saying that if everything's lumped all together just because they're trying to make it easier on themselves, you're not going to be able to get that very granular strategy, again, per product line. So